Gemma, for that wonderful introduction. And I have to say, as you said, it truly is a privilege for me to be interviewing Your Excellency today. And the conversation that we're going to have is a very interesting one. We're going to be speaking about integrating tourism in government policy making. And I think this is a very, very important topic, and it's a very important balance and equation, if you will, because the tourism sector is the main economic driver for many economies and many countries. And I can say that it is the case especially for Morocco. But first, before we begin, I would like to take a moment to congratulate Morocco and Her Excellency. About a week ago, the results from the tourism sector in Morocco for the first half of 2024 were announced. And personally, I would like to say that they are some pretty exceptional numbers. And I'd like to share some of those numbers with you all, just so you can take a glimpse into the tourism sector's performance in Morocco this year so far. So the Tourism Ministry announced that the revenue from the tourism sector in the first half of 2024 reached a whopping $6.1 billion. Compared to the same time last year, that's considered a 3.5% growth. In July and August of 2024, there were 4.4 million tourists who visited Morocco, and compared to the same time last year, that's considered a 21% growth. Now, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that this comes after a 6.8 magnitude earthquake shook the center of Morocco in September of 2023, killing thousands of people and obviously affecting and causing a lot of challenges for the tourism sector. So the fact that these numbers have came in after such a natural disaster is something that I think we can all learn from and that we can all commend. And I'm a huge believer in clapping for success stories. So if you will, ladies and gentlemen, this was a very interesting report that just came out, and it's something very impressive. So my first question to you, Your Excellency, is obviously how has Morocco been able to achieve these numbers? What's the secret here?
First of all, thank you for this introduction. As you said, Morocco is doing extremely well. At the end of August, we achieved a new record of almost 12 million tourists, which is a plus 16% versus a year ago. And I would say the key success factor, I would talk about three key points. The first one is that the government, under the leadership of His Majesty King Mohammed VI, decided on some key investments at the right timing. The first one is an emergency plan before the border opened during the crisis, the COVID crisis, of $200 million to help the professional prepare the relaunch. So this was the first investment, while the borders were still closed, so it was really a bet. And the second investment is $600 million that we put for a roadmap that focuses a lot on increasing airline capacities, and it's starting giving results. So this was really, I would say, the first success factor. The second one is the resilience of the country in the face of adversity. I'm talking, of course, about the earthquake in El House in September 23. While we were really trying to save all these people, we kept thinking about how to maintain our figures in terms of tourism. So we started really communicating and reassuring all the stakeholders to be able to maintain the arrivals to Morocco, and really it worked because we showed solidarity. We showed a very strong image of the Moroccan people, and yes, we could really maintain the arrivals. And by the way, we had a record this September because of the solidarity of all the people, and also tourists that were in Morocco started testifying about how safe the country was despite this earthquake. And we could also maintain a very strong gathering, which was the World Annual Meeting, the World Bank Annual Meetings, which was a very big event, and that we maintained just a few weeks after the earthquake. in Marrakesh, which is 70 kilometers only from the epicenter.
I think the key that you're talking about mainly is a cooperation and a vision on the government level and the ministry level.
Yeah, and just last point, because I said it, three points. The third point, we need to keep in mind also that Morocco has made remarkable progress from a social perspective. And I think it's important because now, today, we have many families that benefit from social help, from health insurance. And while the main objective is to build an inclusive Morocco, I think it also creates a foundation for economic growth, for productive sectors, especially tourism.
And we're talking about integrating the tourism into government policymaking, and I think Morocco is a good example of that. You mentioned the roadmap. So this was announced in March of last year, and it's the roadmap 2023 to 2026. It really focuses on transforming the tourism sector in Morocco by, as you said, enhancing air connectivity and strengthening marketing efforts. And as part of the roadmap, it was announced that Morocco would invest $580 million in the tourism sector. Take us through the vision behind this roadmap. What are the expected outcomes from it?
Well, our vision is really to position Morocco amongst the 15 best destinations in the world. So the goal is 26 million tourists by 2030, which is basically plus 10 million compared to 2024. So it's a big challenge, but we have a roadmap that is very focused on 5 key elements, I would say. The first one is a new offering, which is based on experiences rather than destinations, because we want all the country to benefit from the development of the tourism. The second one is enhancing airline connectivity, as I said. The third one is really strengthening marketing and promotion. The fourth one is investing more in accommodation, but also in entertainment. And the fifth is really focusing on human resources and building a pool of talents to be able to support the development of the tourism.
Amazing. Now, this is something that we have to talk about. World Cup 2030. So Morocco, the World Cup 2030 is being partly hosted in Morocco, along with Spain and Portugal. It's a huge feat for one of the biggest sporting events and events, period, in the world. So congratulations on that. And Morocco is set to host a third of the total number of matches. How are the preparations going for this mega event? How many tourists are you expecting to arrive? And what can Moroccans expect as returns for Moroccan people?
Well, I would say first we are proud to co-host the World Cup with Spain and Portugal. I think that we will learn a lot and we will benefit a lot. As you know, the clock is ticking. It's in 6 years from now. It's not much.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that every Moroccan now is working towards this objective and to make sure that this is a big success. I think that we will get a lot from this experience, exactly like Spain in 1982, in terms of infrastructures, whether accommodation or transportation, but also from an economy perspective. I think that all local communities will benefit from this experience, not only the 6 cities that will host the competition, but all Morocco, because we have the 6 cities, but we have also base camp in many cities in Morocco. So I think that the impact will be huge, and I would say it's a new era for Morocco.
What are the expected amounts of people? I mean, there's billions of fans for this exceptional tournament, and a third of the matches are being hosted in Morocco. So you're saying the focus is going to be on infrastructure?
Yes, on building new stadium, a new big stadium, and upgrading the other. So it's 6 stadiums for Morocco, but also from a tourism perspective, the focus will be on airport. We need to expand 3 airports, Casablanca, Marrakesh, and Agadir. And we need also to build new capacities to be able to, it's about 150,000 new beds by 2030.
Oh, amazing. Hosting such an event, for sure comes with its challenges and worries. Um, can you just share some of those challenges and worries, and how do you plan to overcome them?
Well, I would say we need, Morocco still has a great potential. If you take the density of tourists in Morocco, which is the ratio between tourist and inhabitant, we are at 0.4 in Morocco, which compares to 1.8 in Spain or 3 in Greece.
Oh,
so
wow.
we still have a big potential. But because we have these experiences now of over-tourism in the world, we need to make sure that we really develop the tourism wisely, and to make sure also that we don't think only about the World Cup and the 6 cities, but we make sure we deploy the roadmap as it was planned across all the country, because Morocco has really diverse experiences. It's a very rich country. You can go from the beach to the mountain, you have hiking, you have desert, you have so many kinds of tourism. And we need to make sure that all the region benefit from this development. And I think that this is a challenge, because we tend to focus on where it's easy, like Marrakesh or Agadir. But we need to make sure that all the region benefit from this momentum. And this is one of the biggest challenges. And the second challenge for Morocco is also to develop entertainment, because tourism is not only about accommodation, but we need entertainment, and we need to work on this. And as I said, we need to develop also top-notch talents, because it's so important for tourism.
True. Foreign investment is also very important, and I think it's a big goal for the Moroccan tourism sector, especially with hosting the World Cup. How are you incentivizing investment in the country, and how will this investment be used to further better and transform the tourism sector?
Well, as I said, we have a strong momentum now, and we see a growing interest in the world for tourism in Morocco in terms of investment. We have many incentives. To make it short, we have a new charter which gives a very competitive framework for investors. We have also a new sovereign fund, which is the Mohammed VI fund, which focuses on productive sectors, especially tourism. And we have also a dedicated institution, which is Smith, that is here to support investors end to end. So these are the three main.
Any final comments you want to say for foreign investment, investors, people coming into Morocco in the future, the kind of investment that you're looking for? Any final words?
Well, I would say with the strong momentum of Morocco, the drive of our government, and the upcoming World Cup, I think it's really the right timing to invest in Morocco. And not only business, I think that Morocco is such an attractive country. We have welcoming people. We have one of the best food you ever taste. So please.
That's true. I've tried it.
So we can't wait to welcome you in Morocco.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Ms. Fatim-Zahra.
Ammor.